Hi there! Poco is back with the latest F series smartphone, the newly launched Poco F4 5G. Now this comes with a tried and tested Snapdragon 870 and there's a good reason they chose to go with this one. We shall talk about it in detail further in this video. Then everyone's favorite AMOLED display is there with Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos support, and that's something we don't see very often in many other smartphones. Further, the very efficient thermal cooling system. It comes with a vapor chamber with graphite sheets, which basically prevents the phone from getting too hot, especially while gaming. Now those seems like really interesting specs. So without further ado, let's quickly unbox it and see how it looks, how it performs, so you can decide if you should buy the Poco F4 5G or not. Let's begin. So here is the retail packaging of the Poco F4 5G. Towards the back, you can see some of its key specifications. It comes with Snapdragon 870 chipset, 120Hz AMOLED display, 64 megapixel AI triple camera, 67 watt turbo charging, made in India. This is the nebula green color with the 12 GB RAM and 256 GB storage weight. Okay, we are in. We have the SIM ejector pin. We have the quick setup guide. Then we have a USB-C to 3.5mm headphone jack dongle, a transparent TPU cover, and here's the phone itself. Wow, check out that color. Doesn't it look gorgeous? We'll have a look at it in just a moment. Then you have the USB-C charging cable with the orange accent, and finally a 67 watt charging brick. You know, I can't believe I'm saying this, but having a fast charger in the box is a big deal, considering some brands don't even include them. And surprisingly, the more you go into the premium category, it's like you've bought an expensive high-end phone, so you can surely afford to buy a charger separately, which sounds so stupid. But anyway, it's nice to see that Poco has included a fast charger in the box. Let's have a close look at the phone. So the back of the Poco F4 5G is made of glass, and it has this amazing matte texture finish that doesn't attract any fingerprints and smudges. Looks so clean. Also feels really nice to touch. Now we aren't sure about the glass protection on the back, so I'd say be careful or just use a case to be safe. That's such a nice line. Use a case to be safe. Anyway, on the top is the triple camera setup. There's a 64 megapixel primary camera, 8 megapixel ultra wide and a 2 megapixel macro. The frame is made of plastic and is just 7.7mm thin. Comes with this new flat design, which also helps provide a really good grip in your hand. Trust me, it's really slim. On the top is a secondary noise cancelling microphone, top firing speaker and an IR blaster. Now, I've said this before, IR blaster is one of the most underrated piece of hardware which Poco has retained in all their devices. It works best with the Mi Remote app, where you can control your air conditioner, your TV, your set-top box, basically any device that comes with infrared. Then at the bottom is the second down firing speaker, USB-C port, a microphone and a SIM tray which can house 2 nano SIM cards. On the right are the volume rockers and the power standby button that also doubles as a fingerprint scanner. The capacitive fingerprint scanner is pretty fast and responsive. Alright, coming to the gorgeous display. Now it comes with the E4 6.7-inch AMOLED display with a resolution of 2400 by 1080 pixels. The color reproduction is truly impressive on this 10-bit panel. It's vivid and crisp. It comes with Gorilla Glass 5 protection to prevent scratches and damage from accidental drops. The display also gets super bright at 1300 nits, which makes it using it outdoors also really convenient. Then 120Hz refresh rate with 360Hz touch sampling. It provides a very smooth and responsive user experience. There is also an option in the settings to switch to 60Hz, which might help save the battery, but personally I'd say stick to 120Hz and enjoy the fluid experience. The trade-off is worth it. There are 20 megapixel punch hole camera in the center, and it's one of the smallest punch holes I've seen, just 2.76mm. It's literally like a tiny dot. Then my favorite part, we also get Dolby Vision support, and you'll find tons of content to watch on Netflix. Now watching Dolby Vision on a phone is an absolute treat. The colors and tones that this panel can produce are unparalleled to any regular format. It's so amazing. Seeing is believing. Also, HDR videos get bright and look stunning. What further adds to the experience are the dual stereo speakers with Dolby Atmos support. Now Dolby Atmos creates that surround sound effect beyond left and right channels to give you that immersive viewing experience. The audio fidelity that the phone speakers can produce is truly commendable. You can actually use this phone as a Bluetooth speaker to listen to music on your bedside table or on your office desk. Trust me, it's that good. I can safely say that the Poco F4 5G does a splendid job in the media department. Coming to the user experience. Well, it's running the latest MIUI 13 on Android 12. The interface is overall snappy and fun to use, but it has some bloatware apps like Zilly and Spotify. Luckily, there aren't too many, and the good thing is you can delete what you don't need. Now, especially worth mentioning is the X-axis linear vibration motor. It's so precise and feels really good. Especially when you're typing, it instantly gives that premium smartphone feel. Coming to the performance. So, as I mentioned before, we get the tried and tested Snapdragon 870. And we all know it's not the latest chipset out there, but it's definitely one of the most reliable in the 800 series. There are no overheating issues, there are no throttling issues, and it still gives you flagship level performance. Also, Snapdragon 870 comes with 10 5G band supports, so you can be sure that when 5G arrives in India, the Poco F4 will be compatible. Now, I've been using this phone for a while now, and I can tell you there were no app crashes, there were no lag, and it provided really good performance. Multitasking between apps is such a breeze. Now the unit I have, this comes with 12GB LPDDR5 RAM. Yes, that's the latest RAM you can get out there. So most often used apps are also in memory. We ran the Antutu benchmark and we got 6,78,000, which is amazing for this chipset. Then we also get UFS 3.1, so excellent read and write speed, and that enhances the performance drastically. We also played a lot of BGMI, and even though I'm not a gaming enthusiast, the super smooth experience really got me hooked on. In the graphics settings, we got smooth and extreme, which is like 60 FPS, but trust me, it felt like 90 FPS. So well optimized. The phone did heat up a little, but not to the extent of getting uncomfortable. All thanks to the vapor chamber with graphite sheets. Also, the good thing is that it cooled down really quickly. So if you're looking for a phone for good extreme gaming and don't want to spend like 50,000 on a flagship phone, the Poco F4 is an excellent option to consider. Now this phone comes with Bluetooth 5.2, which means it's more efficient and stable connectivity. Coming to the battery. So we get a 4600 mAh battery that can easily get you through a day of medium to heavy use. The saving grace is the 67 watt charger. It charges the phone from 0 to 100% in 37 minutes. Now, practically speaking, I have never needed to charge the phone for more than 30 minutes. And that's because I never waited till the phone battery was completely depleted. It would usually be between 10, 15 or 20%, and I would put it on charge and it would get me full in just 25 or 30 minutes, sometimes even lesser. Imagine if this phone had 120 watt charging support. Oh my god, that would be next level. Coming to the camera. So the rear 64 megapixel camera does a really good job during the day as well as indoor artificial lighting. The colors look gorgeous, maintaining clear shadows. Ultra wide on the other hand are decent. The exposures do get blown up at times and night mode isn't the best. The 2 megapixel macro is okay as long as you don't zoom into those images. It's good for casual close-up images in well-lit situations. Then you can record 4K videos up to 60 FPS. And thanks to OIS, it's stable and super smooth. Also, OIS helps to get blur-free images, and that's why the images look so good. Then the 20 megapixel front camera is quite reliable. Good skin tones with clear, bright images. Portrait pictures have good edge detection with nice bokeh effect. So the Poco F4 5G has literally everything you need. It's got a powerful and stable processor, flagship level performance, E4 AMOLED display, there's Dolby Vision, there's Dolby Atmos, the latest 12GB DDR5 RAM, it's got good cameras, it's got fast charging with this gorgeous nebula green and a super slim design. Trust me, it's a looker. Sadly, we don't have the price at the time of making this video, so I'll mention the price, availability details, card offers if any, and the purchase links below in the description. If you'd like to buy one, you should definitely check it out. Now, one thing I can very confidently say, seeing Poco's track record, not only will this be aggressively priced, but it's also a safe buy. It ticks everything. So I hope this video was helpful. Comment down below if you have any questions or doubts. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Until next time, cheers.